The R33 is getting a big black surprise I'm salivating about. I'm just kidding, that's not the surprise we're talking about. Hey, real quick before we start this video, a lot of you guys have been asking for team shirts. Finally, Autohaus has t-shirts, so it would really help out a lot if you supported the shop, got some merch, some shirts, stickers, support the media work, support me and my dog. Check out that merch store so I don't starve you guys. Alright, Stoptech Big Brake Kit from CZP. This is actually meant as a replacement for 300ZX calipers. Let's check out what comes in the kit. So, Stoptech sport pads. I believe these are ST43 Stoptech calipers. Seriously beautiful pieces. I'm loving this bridge in the middle. You guys probably already know I got Stoptech brakes on my truck too, so I'm absolutely looking forward to these. Brand new stainless lines, jet nuts, the caliper adapter brackets, they're left and right hand side. I ordered also from CZP brand new 300ZX front caliper bolts. These are going to be longer on a Z32 versus my R33. Although they don't come with the lock washers like OEM, so I had to get 4 lock washers myself. This kit has the option to not come with rotors, so I splurged and got some fancy DBA 300ZX rotors. These are their club spec series, they're non-directional. I can tell you right now, Z32 TT rotors are slightly smaller in diameter than my R33, which kind of sucks, but that's what it is. But yeah, super thick rotors too, and then also non-directional. I don't usually splurge on quality rotors, but I figured this old girl deserves it. Alright, so why did I choose this particular kit? And first of all, it's actually meant for a Z32, but they list it as fitting majority of the rear drive R chassis, so I guess we're gonna find out today. But yeah, why did I end up choosing this kit? Well, I'm not gonna lie, cost. I've seen base big brake kits from Stoptech for this car start at $3,000. Being realistic, this car is probably gonna see 1 driving event per year, if that. So just being reasonable, I don't think I could justify a $3,000 big brake kit for the R33, unfortunately. But yeah, to my surprise, this whole package I believe was under $1,000 without the rotors. And I feel like this is a lot of value for the money, especially like I can't get over how gorgeous these calipers are. And again, from a quality company, I got Stoptech brakes on my truck, which I haul and tow with. So yeah, I am absolutely excited to get these on the car. If you guys have followed along with the R33 build series, you know I've had problems with the brakes ever since day one when I took it off the tow truck. As of now, the brakes are okay, and I'm super excited. These are going to be a gigantic improvement. Some things I'm a little disappointed with. As of now, there's no instructions. As per usual with a lot of aftermarket parts, unfortunately. There's also a promo video from CZP, but no install video, right? So what does that mean? Assembly and torque specs are up to you to do your research, which kind of sucks. Enough talking. I've already had a unfortunate late start to today. Why don't we get these guys installed? One last look at the OEM Sumitomo calipers. I'm hoping the new brakes fill up this wheel well a little bit more. Before we start, I just pulled this big ass nail out of this tire. Thank you Takumi, it did not puncture. I'm hoping this is a good omen for the rest of this install. Before we disconnect the brake lines and open up the system, I got a cool trick to show you guys. So if you guys have ever done this as a kid, or who cares, even as an adult, get a straw, put your thumb over the straw. While it's submerged in water, you notice you can pick up the water with your thumb over the straw. So similar concept. As you guys know, when you disconnect the brake lines, fluid's just gonna go drip, 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 drip the whole time you're working. How do we stop this? So anytime I work on the brake system, I always do this trick. I get a hood prop, open one of the bleeders, and then press the brake pedal and hold it in a certain position. This acts like my thumb over the straw. And so now when I disconnect the brake lines, some fluid will come out, but when this is completely removed, my main braking line's not gonna annoy me the whole time and keep dripping. Let's see. The new stainless line's already gonna be an issue. If you look, I have the GK Tech stainless lines, and just look what they look like. You can see there's a hard line straight off of that caliper over this way. Loops under the knuckle, and then up to here, and then right there on the chassis. I looked at some pictures online. These are definitely 300ZX specific. On a Z32, there's actually 3 provisions for these line holders. Normally, like a R33, there's actually 1 more line holder and then a section of hard line to the caliper, which means I am going to have to figure something out. I know these will work, I just need to find some way to route and secure these so that when the wheels go back and forth, when the suspension moves up and down, these lines aren't going to rub on anything. All right, awesome, running into issues already. So got the caliper rotor line off. I had to cut this second of dust shield, otherwise it would hit this bracket. Top bolt in there just mocked up, but if you notice, this bolt hole barely does not line up. I'll show you guys right now. This caliper bracket's actually hitting some webbing on the knuckle. That blue part right there, you can see I already took an angle grinder to part of it. I actually don't want to take too much off of this knuckle because this webbing right there adds some strength to this ear. So I think what I'm going to do is actually take an angle grinder to the back of this to clearance instead of cutting the webbing on here. But yeah, close, but not there. Looks like I gotta take actually a pretty significant chunk out of that thing. Oh, one more thing. So once again, we're not gonna use those brand new 300ZX bolts. We're gonna reuse, unfortunately, the OEM R33 bolts. If I use the 300ZX bolts, they actually protrude out too far. I know I could stack up washers, but that's kind of dumb. So yeah, I'll get brand new bolts at some point. But yeah, one more time, I'm betting the 300ZX knuckle ears are a lot thicker too, because otherwise on mine, the bolt thread's gonna stick out way too far right here. Dexter, you come to join us to put on some brakes? All right, so minor annoyance, got this guy clearanced out. Notice I engraved 80 and 40, so the caliper bolts will take 80 foot-pounds. For the caliper, these Stoptech calls these jet nuts, so these jet nuts will take 40 foot-pounds. I like my stuff serviceable. I don't like looking up the torque spec every time, so all my personal cars with big brakes, I engrave the torque specs right on the bracket. So yeah, let's get this guy bolted down. We'll put the rotor on and test fit the caliper. So got my original R33 GTST rotor down there, and we'll just compare. You can see the R33 rotors are like a hair bigger, a hair larger in diameter, but I'm okay with that. It sucks, but I'm okay with that. The upgraded caliper should make up for it. But yeah, you guys may have seen kits where they offer a bracket to run a increased diameter rotor. Basically, you'll get more leverage and surface area with a bigger rotor, plus increased thermal capacity, which means the ability to shed heat since you have more surface area, more mass. So yeah, overall, bigger rotor is always a great upgrade. I'm sure I feel better about it after I get the brakes on and drive the car. Quick comparison of both calipers. One of the things, every caliper that has a bridge like this, even more expensive calipers, you'll see a whole bridge across the center, and this adds rigidity to the caliper, so I really like this. You can see this one doesn't have a bridge. This is just a like anti-rattle clip. Another benefit, there's 2 bleeders. On some fixed calipers like this with only 1 bleeder, sometimes it's a nightmare to get all the air out of this caliper. Some of the like Lotus Elise and Exige come to mind where it's a nightmare to completely get the air out of these calipers. Yeah, sizing wise, I don't know how to say it, a much more athletic caliper. The Stoptech unit, whereas this dude totally bloated. Looks bigger than he really is, but you know, good for 1994. So yeah, I know we got to clearance out that guy. Let's get back to work. All right, just like before, chopped off a section of the brake dust shield. Interestingly enough, this is like spot welded to the knuckle instead of, usually these things are bolted on. Otherwise, I think I'd get rid of this whole thing Different with this side, that protrusion right there, you can see where it's been rubbing against the bracket. Much bigger on this side, which means I had to take a far bigger chunk out of this thing. And yeah, excuse that, you could see where my carbide bit slipped. But yeah, I hate to say it, wasted a whole bunch of time test fitting, grind, test fitting, grind, test fitting, grind, back and forth. All good now. Awesome, got the second side together. Always got to spin this guy. Reference check yourself, make sure everything's all good. Also got the brake lines included in the kit on. I'll show you guys how I routed those. Yeah, I think this is the best way it's gonna go. I didn't want to make this face, if you have something higher than the bleeder, air's gonna get trapped in this line. So got some slack in here. I'm reusing the OEM bracket that bolts straight to the knuckle. This comes pretty close. I'm gonna drive around and monitor, see if this is gonna rub on anything, but I think we'll be all right. By the way, these brake line holders, I think these rubber things are like glued to the line. So I just sprayed a bunch of silicone and moved this thing back and forth, and the glue broke loose, so then you could slide this hose in and out of these lines. Yeah, you may be able to see the yellow residue right there where the glue was, but just sliding it back and forth, I was able to move the brake line through these brake line brackets. 12 to 14 foot-pounds. Got my paint mark there, make sure that guy doesn't move. Yeah, I think we're good to bleed the brakes. So really common mistake, I keep hearing this. The process with dual bleeders, inside and then outside. Yeah, all new stuff, I know, like new calipers, new lines, when you have all new stuff like this, it's really tough to get the air out. So I'm gonna do a few rounds of bleeding. I'm gonna bleed inside, outside, go to the other caliper, bleed that one, go in the car, pump the pedal a few times, get the brakes seated, get the pistons out, and then same thing again, bleed this caliper, bleed the other one, and then that should be good. Yeah, sometimes you may need to bleed again afterwards, after a road test. Of course, everything's got to settle in too, but yeah, we'll do 2 rounds of bleeding on this and we'll come back. Just wanted to show you guys my bleeding setup. So, vacuum bleeder, I got my Mighty Vac with the brake bleeder attachment, and then me out here opening the bleeder. I actually prefer 2-man with fresh brake components, but as always, working by myself, so. Alright, so first round of bleeding's done. We're gonna hop in the car, see how the pedal feels. And sure enough, it still feels kind of like lower halfway down and still kind of like mush. Another thing, I'll give this a firm press. I'll hold it for like 5 seconds, put a bunch of pressure on the system. This way, if there's a leak, the pedal will probably sink or slowly go to the floor, and then I'll be able to go back outside and re-inspect for leaks. Yeah, even if the pedal still feels like okay, I'm still gonna go out there and check if we have any leaks at any of our fittings. Cool, yeah, looks like we're good, no leaks. Cross your fingers. Yeah, I'm gonna do my second round of bleeding and we should be good for a road test. Before I put the wheels on, a couple interesting things. So this pad doesn't extend all the way out to the end of the rotor, which is okay because a lot of brake kits are like that, but just something to note. Although back here, I know the lighting's terrible, but yeah, the pad does match up with the rotor back here. Not a big deal, but it always just bugs me a little bit that we're not using the entire friction surface. Awesome, so here they are with the wheel on. I was really nervous. There was a lot of bulk in this caliper if they were gonna clear my wheels or not, but very nice. Yeah, that caliper looks absolutely great back there. So yeah, that should be it on this big brake kit install. Once again, getting late as usual. Confident enough to road test this guy. I'm gonna drive it a bit, see how the brakes feel, give you guys my long-term impressions. With these big brakes up front, I think I'm comfortable doing a toge video with this car now, so definitely look forward to that. Questions, comments, you know where to leave them. Appreciate the support. Catch you guys next time.